Assalamualaikum, I am Daniel. We are from Group 3. We have been assigned to do Project A, which is car park system with maximum 10 spaces. So our group consists of Alia Kamila, Nasrul Nasuddin, Dina Haziq, and Izian. I will present about block diagram and circuit schematic diagram. So for block diagram, we have two input and two output. Our system are using Atmega 32A. So the input are sensor to detect the car enter the parking system and the sensor to detect the car leave from the parking system. So these two sensor we use interrupt and have been assigned to interrupt 0 and interrupt 1. And the output for the system is LED green and 7-segment decoder. The LED green will turn on when number of car less than 10. For 7-segment decoder will display the number of vehicle, but if the number of vehicle exceed the 9, then it will display full with some delay. Circuit schematic diagram. We connect 7-segment decoder common anode to the port A and LED green as active low configuration to the port C, which is PC0, and our sensor we replace it with switch, so we connect it with the interrupt 0 and interrupt 1, which is PD2 and PD3 at the port D. So these two switch or sensor are in active high configuration.
Is Yana, and I will explain about the flowchart. From here, from the start, it will goes to input, which DDRD, DDRA, DDRC, and port C. And then after the input, then it goes to the entry. If yes, it will count equal to count plus 1, meaning that it is an increment. And if it's a no, the car is exiting and it will count to equal count minus 1, and it is a decrement. So from the car exiting, from the car entry, if its count exceed 9, that means the LED will turn on into green light, and if car entry exit 9, it will display as full and it looping before the car entry. Same goes from the turn on the LED green light, it will looping back from the car entry.
For the C language program, apply the input output, delay and interrupt, and then initialize the input output for the sensor 1 and sensor 2 as the input, port A and port C as the output. If the available space less than 9, the green LED will turn on and display the number from 0 until 9. Else, the green LED will turn off when at seat 10 and will display full.
Hello. For subroutine, let's start with the void init interrupt. This function is used to initialize interrupt on the microcontroller. GICR, which stands for the General Interrupt Control Register, is used to enable interrupt INT0 and INT1. For MCU CR, this9 configures the MCU CR to trigger interrupt INT0 and INT1 on the following edge. The SEI will set the global interrupt flag, which also means enabling global interrupt. And moving on to the ISR, which stands for interrupt service routine. We do have two here, starting with INT0. When an interrupt occurs on INT0 triggered by a falling edge, as I told earlier, this routine will be executed. It increments the available space variable by 1 if the current value is less than 100. On the other hand, for the INT1, it is similar to the INT0, just that the difference is it will decrement the variable available space by 1.